Hi all, Christine Byer here, licensed esthetician for 18 years. I'm based in Fishers/Indianapolis, Indiana. I have been working on people in the trenches for 18 years. I have been a little bit MIA, and I'm sorry. We went on vacation, had a great European vacation, very busy. I feel like I need a vacation for my vacation. Not complaining, but it was just a lot of airport days, which are stressful. And also personally have been feeling just kind of, I don't even know what's next. So I have been taking care of my skin per usual. And there is one thing I wanted to share, and I have built my channel over the years. Oh, by the way, if you haven't subscribed, if you could please subscribe. Tell your friends. If you have other skincare aficionado friends, have them subscribe. But I built my channel and my practices and my YouTube channel by sharing information and just sharing what works for the bulk of my clients and all the things that you learn when your business is skincare 24/7. And I also love to research. So one thing I did notice this last month, which is really interesting, I'm a big advocate of taking collagen powders, whatever form tends to agree with you the most. For me, I've tried a handful, and what I have settled on is Vital Proteins collagen. I love their collagen. And the good news is that they are readily available. You can buy them at Whole Foods. You can buy them at Fresh Time. I just found some at Whole Foods, like the big Mondo ones, for like 20% off, so I stocked up. I do not sell it, but I love it. And what I had noticed is I put it in my coffee every morning. I was using the creamer, which is a nice product, but it had a whole lot of fat in it. So I was like, I'm just gonna do the regular collagen. And I was only taking a scoop every day, which I realized after a few months was really only a half a serving. And so when we went to Europe, I bought like all these packets so that I could just empty them into my coffee in the morning. About a week after I got home, I was looking at my hands and I was like, those look better. And I noticed my face looked better, and I hadn't done a Sculptra. I hadn't done anything to my face. I had been on tours and just running around in the sun, although I had sunscreen on, just running around. And so after I get home, I had been home for about a week, and I was looking at my hands thinking, well, they look better. The skin somehow looks thicker. And then it occurred to me, one thing y'all may not know about me is that I have scalp psoriasis, and I have tried everything for it. But sometimes it will migrate to my knees. I had a little patch on my knee for the last couple of years, and I just couldn't be bothered with it. And that disappeared in the last 2 weeks. And I was like, that's weird, because those are always there. And so they went away. And I'm like, it can only be attributed to the collagen. Because when I first started the collagen, I noticed all these weird aches and pains went away. Saw a little in my face, when I first started internal collagen, I noticed my legs weren't all scaly, which, you're moving in the right direction if you don't have to like reapply lotion to your legs 3 times a day because they're so scaly and parched. So that was a big indication that it was working. And I love collagen, internal collagen, because it works on your entire body, not just your face. Yeah, that was a revelation. Take a full dose. And I was like, well, okay, I was taking half a dose, so essentially taking double the amount I was taking for the last month, and I noticed a difference. So what if I were to take 2 doses a day? The thing is, I don't know how to fit it in because, I only drink 1 cup of coffee a day, and that's when I do it. That's my ritual. I put it in my coffee. It's my coffee creamer, although the kind I use is just the gelatin, so it's tasteless and colorless, but it does add some bulk to your coffee, so I use it as a creamer. I essentially doubled my intake of collagen. Now, what if I doubled that? I'm wondering. In the beginning, I did try this. I did try 2 doses. And I remember I woke up the next morning and I had a big old zit right here. And I was like, maybe too much. So I'm thinking it's something your body has to get used to and sort of expect. Things start to change. Your entire body is made of collagen, different types of collagen. And this is type 1 and type 3, so it even helps your bones. I just can't stress enough to find a collagen supplement that agrees with you. And I tend to like the powders because I feel like a big dose is a big dose. I feel like I take all sorts of supplements, so I just wanted something that was a little bit different and I didn't have to choke down yet another pill. So if you're not doing a collagen supplement and you're past 30, 40, I really suggest getting on it because it's gonna make a huge difference in your skin. It may not happen overnight and it may be subtle, but I did notice that my arms look better just recently too. I think over vacation, I was out in the sun so much, and even though I wore sunscreen, you know, we were in sun-drenched places, Lisbon, Marseille, and they're just sunny. And a lot of people don't realize this, is that your skin, if you go out in the sun over and over and over, it's spending all its energy to repair the sun damage. I didn't start to really notice the benefits until I had been home and out of the sun for a week. And I was like, very nice. So please add that to your program. If you're doing nothing else, if you're a supplement phobe, just consider it. There are liquid forms. Image Skincare makes a liquid form. I'm not crazy about the taste, and I think it has sucralose in it. It has some sweetener, which is gross. But I have seen people get really good results like that on that. I saw a gal on Facebook that like got rid of her double chin, and I was like, man, she must have never taken any supplements or ate any protein at all to get that sort of result. But I thought that was staggering that had worked for her. I just wanted to share that information because it was a revelation. Okay, so some things you can do without slathering a bunch of stuff on your face and still make you look good still. So, all right, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. Subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe. Getting ready to have another Neogenesis contest, and where I'll be giving away a Neogenesis Recovery, which is their star product. It's 70% active ingredients of the human stem cell conditioned medium. My first favorite product in the world is Recovery, and that is something I do not live without. And it's curious, I have an acne client. She's been with me about 2 years now, and her acne is mostly under control, but she's on a budget, and she was just using it to start. She was switching off with Retin-A, and then she went off the Retin-A and just used Recovery every night. And then she decided she really liked the results she was seeing and started using it morning and night. And I saw her yesterday and I was like, oh my God, all your post-inflammatory pigmentation is breaking up. I said, this takes years. I couldn't believe how much her post-inflammatory pigmentation had broken up, because this is a gal who would never go without makeup. And after a few months of using Neogenesis Recovery morning and night, we're seeing, I could see her true skin again. When she first came to me, all I saw was acne, and all I saw was pigmentation where she had picked or had pimples, and she hyperpigments so bad, and then she has redness underneath. So that pigment, it just looks like sort of pepper now, and it's broken up, and I was like, whoa. And then she told me, I said, what are you doing different? Because it had been 6 weeks since I had seen her. She told me she was using it twice a day. It really does recondition the skin and just reformats it, gives it everything it needs to repair. And I hadn't seen anything. She's like one of my one of my worst acne clients. I just didn't have a lot of hope for her type of hyperpigmentation because she had it so long. And so that was so shocking, is that it broke up like that. Because I mean, she's had acne since she was a teen. So pleasant surprises. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye now.